Hey everybody, it's been a while, and I really want to talk about Last Claudia and the state of Last Claudia for me and my experience with Last Claudia. I think overall, Last Claudia has been a really good run. I don't think I'm going to quit just yet, to be quite honest with you. I'm not even sure where I really want to say in this video. It's more of a rant, and I think some improvements that Last Claudia could improve on, in my opinion. And let's talk about that a little bit, okay? Last Claudia, when you first start off as a beginner player, okay, somebody that just gets into the game and decides that, hey, guess what, guys? This is what I want to do. And you will grind with actual intent to getting very far into the game. And you want to really push yourself into the point where, you know, you accomplish things, right? You're getting into a point where it's like, damn, I'm actually doing some things and I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere in this game. But once you get to a point where you get so far, it kind of becomes repetitive and tedious and things like that. The story comes out way too slow. I don't even think, for me personally, I don't really care about the story. I do think that Last Claudia needs to focus on some improvements, in my opinion, and improvements that need to be just right the heck now. But that's just me. That's how I feel. And you're probably thinking, well, what else can they do? What else can they change? It's a gacha game. That's a lazy excuse, to be honest. There's a lot of things you can improve on into a game like this. I think they did pretty damn good overall with improvements to the game. And I graduate, you know, the idea of, hey, good job. I don't know. Like, I'm tired, so please forgive me. My words are going to mix up. Anyways, yeah, like, overall, yeah, they did really good. They add some stuff that I wasn't really expecting with, you know, at all. They have improved some things, and I really want to add some improvements and some ideas to Last Claudia. The very first thing I would love to see Last Claudia do is actually have some pre-builts that install to some of these characters, because Last Claudia kind of just focused on to the idea of PvE only, and I would love for them to be like, well, rather than having like you select your own skills, I mean, I don't think that should be taken away, obviously, because you know, certain things you really need to just tweak a little bit onto some of these characters. But overall, for an example, let's say we go into, well, auto set, okay? But we have a selection of, I would like this character to be tanky. I would like this character to be fully focused on to being DPS, support, those kind of things, or debuff type of skills added on to the idea of the skills that could work with debuffs. That needs to be added 100%, because this auto set it's garbage. I would love to see an auto set with arcs as well, like not just because this game just randomly throws arcs. Like, for an example, if you set auto all, right, all it's doing is finding arcs to pretty much, hey, these skills, add these skills, and then it goes and cycles them out and adds different arcs to that kind of thing. That needs to be changed. Arena needs to be changed. I think a little bit of revamp with that. I don't think it's that big of a change. GVG 100% needs to be changed. Now, most people will definitely disagree with me 100%. I can see why. Like, it's like, well, why would you need to change that? What is wrong with it? I just feel like, I think the big problem I have with it is the first problem that I really want to announce: notifications. So when, let's say like the guild battle is about to start, okay, we have ready phase. I would rather have ready phase and then announcing that, hey, guild battle is happening now. The fact is, why has that not been implemented? Because that's actually, some of us find that very important. The rest of the community that just revolves around PvE and they don't really care about all that, that's cool. But when people do GVG and they do care about that, that needs to be announced, because some of these people have no idea that it's happening. You know, we have work and it's like, hey, I need some sort of announcement or notification to let me know GVG is ramping up and it's getting started, make sure to entry, or if you already started it, right? If you already entered, let them know, hey, ready phase is happening now, set up units. And then battle, when battle's about to happen, or that is just started, let them know. Now, the reason why I'm taking this is because one of my friends, close friend, we both played this game at this, obviously. I think this is the most played game that I played on my phone or just on PC. As weird as that sounds, it is. And that needs to be addressed, honestly. Okay, number 2, okay. I feel like number 2 for me is going to sound very weird. Rather than having all these castles and everything, I think we should have one castle and then a lineup of defense. And then at the end of, let's say they do push, right? They do push to just get so far. And then at the very end of the GVG, you fight like the creature, right? That can obviously battle other, like, the enemy team. And it could scale towards their power. Like that type of thing. I think that's really important for me, honestly. I think something has to change here. It just doesn't feel right. That's how I feel. I think that would be a really cool concept. It's have one castle versus another castle and just do lineups. And that way it allows guild members to communicate, to say, hey, okay, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. Or you could take one unit, right, with your guild members and they all add together. Right? Okay, what do you mean by that? Okay, I got you. Okay. So, let's say that, let's go to my defense real quick, okay? Just go to Fort Ready. So, let's say that every lineup is going to have 4 units, okay? And you could communicate with your team and say, hey, this is what we have, all right? So, for an example, my guild leader will add one of his units and his arcs to his character, okay? Boom. Right there. So let's say we talk over with the chat and we let them know, well, who's going to put the second unit for this first round? Who wants to add a unit to this? I think that might be overcomplicating that. And if we don't want to add that kind of idea, I do think that we should do lineups of like one for each of us. Okay. And, or, lineup of, obviously our 4 characters. And it'd be like, okay, line up for round 1, okay? 4 units, it's me. And then the second round, it's going to be Guildmaster. And then the third round, it's going to be blah, blah, blah. And the fourth round is going to be this. And then when they get to the last round, if they get that far, right? Then it'll be like the boss type of thing. Okay? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to see. I mean, this is okay and everything, but it's clearly not balanced. Now, let's go into the next thing, okay? Arena really needs to be, like, fixed, or the skills need to be more explained. I think the skills are fine. I just feel like details need to be more elaborate with these kind of, issues. But when you go and battle somebody, okay, it's so annoying to know that a lot of D-rankers, honestly, that's really annoying to me. So, for an example, you see 78,000, right? This is their battle. I think this is really off. I do have a good lineup. But sometimes that score is misleading to the point where I get one shot. And 0 and Tent is completely broken in this game mode that you will lose quite quickly. Like I said, I got a good lineup. But just imagine you have a really bad crew. And look at that. Like, it's like, this is annoying, honestly. This is really annoying. And it's the 0, honestly. I feel like my characters in general, the squishies just get out. They just get destroyed completely. And a lot of it is bruisers heavily on basically controlling the arena. And regardless of all that, I get destroyed. So arena definitely needs to be somewhat fixed, and D-rankers need to be less D-ranked. with losing points, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what the reason behind D ranking is. Like, these guys do it for a reason. I just don't know what the reason is. If they just gain more crystals as they go up, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't have no understanding of why they do that. But people could easily climb by just finding them, and there you go. Oh, also another thing is too, in GVG, okay? What is really annoying about everything, I know this is gonna be a long video. I'm very sorry if you make it past this video where I say this. This character in GVG, completely annoying. Honestly, this character is annoying. He stalls way too fucking good and literally clocks out the fucking timer. You need to nerf this character, like, or do something. I don't know what you're gonna do to fix this, but this character, not okay. Like, really annoying. And the respawn of them coming back to life takes way too long for me to just like sit there and be like, damn, look at that. That's 5 to 6 seconds wasted. Kill him again. 5 to 6 seconds wasted. Kill him again. 5, because he just revives so much with some, I don't know what skills and shit. Like, come on, man. You gotta fix that. It's really annoying. I know you have to stall in this a mechanic base and it's like a tactic, but man, that runs the clock nearly close to fucking 40 seconds wasted on one fucking round. You gotta fix that. That's really annoying. But yeah, apart from that, there's just a lot of issues that do need to be addressed. Now, most people will not agree, and that's okay. But my biggest thing is, once we get so far, if this collab, because a lot of these collabs are like hit and miss. Really, like, I'm being dead serious. Like, the only collabs I kind of enjoyed was I think Street Fighters was okay. Okay, it wasn't the best, but it was okay for me to say, that's not bad. That's okay. I did like Street Fighters. And then the rest of it, garbage. And I think the breaking point for me for this game is not just the arena and the GVG and all that stuff. It's the collabs. They suck. I'm sorry to say that. I'm dead serious. They suck. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Overlord was okay. Okay? I did like Overlord. That was probably the newest thing that we got. That wasn't a rerun of the ones that were bad. Okay? I want to see Bleach. I was gonna say something really bad. Boku no Hero Academy, okay? Or I know Bleach will probably never happen because they're asking so much, because that title of an anime series is so big, okay? It's like you gotta throw a lot of money for something like that, and you gotta get something in return, right? But I'll tell you right now, as a free-to-play player, if Bleach did come in here, I would be throwing fucking money. I ain't gonna lie, okay? I love Bleach. I would be throwing fucking money left and right for everything. Because that would be, I feel like for me, that would be a one-time thing for like Last Claudia if they ever did anything like that. They're like, okay, we're gonna see how good it is and we don't get enough money from this. We'll never do that again. Huh, I'll make sure that I'll fucking throw money like all over the place. Like, dead ass. I will. I will not hesitate. But apart from that, right? I'm sorry for the rambling. But I need new things, okay? I really do. Now, I know people will be like, well, you got new things. Yeah, but they weren't good. I think Sonic, I'm sorry to say this for some people that are into Sonic and everything, and they were really excited to see that. Hey, that's great. That was for you. And then for me, it was like, that's dog shit. I'm sorry to say, like, I'm sorry. That's dog shit. I did not like Sonic. Sonic for me was, ugh. You know, I don't know. I think a lot of the collabs that we had were pretty shit comparing to some of the games I've seen that brought some collabs into, into their video games, and they got some cool ass shit going on to them, and then we just see ours, and then I just like, dog shit. Like, seriously, dog shit. They need to fix this. They gotta do something. So, anyways, long story short, right? If if I don't see a good collab, I think this is the breaking point for me. If I see anything that is not where I'm expecting it to be, like when it comes down to collabs, and it's not gonna be. Hold on, what? I gooned to fanboys. What the fuck? Okay. If nothing changes, if I see a bad collab and it's not something I like, that's the breaking point. I would have to put this game away and uninstall. I'm sorry. I'm dead ass. Because there's just so many issues with this game right now, for me personally. I did enjoy it at a time, and now I'm kind of just worn out. I'm seeing reruns, I'm seeing dogshit collabs, year after year, nothing that's spectacular, nothing mind-blowing, nothing like, wow, crazy. We need some change. We need some change. I'm sorry, but it has to happen. This is gonna be a long rant. I'm gonna fucking keep ranting, but that's just how that's gonna happen. I gotta say shit. If no one else is gonna say it, I'm not sure if anyone else is saying it. You know, I'm not really looking too deep to see if everyone is feeling the same way. I know some people on some forums are saying this game is great, and I do agree in like a way it is, but apart from that, it's okay. Like, for a new player that comes into this game, if you're a new player and you're just joining, oh, damn straight, it's a great game. But once you get so far into the game, once you really get like, not midway, but at the very end, and then you grind all the stuff that you need, you kind of get locked. Like, I mean, you kind of get blocked, basically, of your fun. You kind of just like, I kind of did everything, like, what else is there to do? Apart from that, like, I don't know what else to do. You kind of just like look at your game, you log in, and you're like, I mean, everything else, obviously there's some things to do, but they're not like benefiting you. Apart from like the towers can give you some stuff, and challenges kind of give you some good stuff. Not really that big, but they can give you some good stuff. Apart from that, yeah, this game, it just needs, it needs something. It needs something to blow me away. Because right now, I'm not blown away. Alright? Yeah, that's all I gotta say. That was my rant. Last Claudia, I'm sorry, but you gotta blow me away. Right now, I'm not blown away. I do think that we have some improvements, like a little bit of improvements there and then, blah, blah, blah. But that's not like big for me. It's not like cool, but it's a warm welcome of something to help, ease up with the grinding. But apart from that, that just takes me away from the game. It's like, well, hey, like, I don't need to do that. I mean, I got auto run going on. I'm obviously have to log in to restart it, but yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm really doing right now is working on units to get them to level 120. I mean, some of the that's another thing. Some of these units are not even worth leveling up to 120. Apart from just awakening them and getting their center skill, which is, let me see here if I can see this. The ward, right? That's it. Like, apart from that, they're not worth it. They're not worth touching. They're not worth anything. And another thing I gotta mention. Some of these characters have not getting a shift form. What is going on, Last Claudia? Some of these characters are not getting loved. Like, honestly, it just seems like the loved characters are, I guess, from the main story. Honestly, I have not been paying attention to the storyline, okay? I have no idea what's going on. And if we're going based off of the story, that's a big yikes. Because it just seems like these top tier characters are loved in the story for some reason. But apart from that, like, okay, what about some of these characters that need to get a shift form? Like, where's this guy at? Like, does he have a shift form? I have no idea. I haven't seen it. And if he does, where the hell is that at? Is it Zero or who is it? And how did Zero become? How is Zero a pirate and to somebody else? Like, I don't get it, right? I'm just so confused. Like, this guy, I know this guy's a gag, okay? I'm gonna let that slide. He's a gag, okay? But these characters that have been in the game for so long, I have not seen their forms yet. Now, I've seen hers, okay? She has forms, all right? I know what they look like. And he has a form, okay? What about this guy? Does he have a form? I have no idea. And if there is forms, it's not very many. We gotta pick up the slack. What about this character? I haven't seen her forms. So I don't know. I'm stumped. Or even this character. Does he have a form? I haven't seen it. It just seems like these characters are loved more than the characters that been here that haven't been touched. That's just me. I don't know. I don't know if they have forms. If they do have forms, inform me. But apart from that, sorry for this long rant. We're going to wrap this up. It's been 21 minutes. It's time to call it. But yeah, Last Claudia. This collab that you release, I know it's coming soon. And I think it's right at, it's either we're going to do a rerun of something. And if you do a rerun, and it's not something I'm like hyped about, I'm done. I will quit this game because it's just the same repetitiveness, same thing. Every day, nothing really changed. Nothing's changing. I mean, we have a little change into the game, but it's not benefiting players enough. Or not giving, at least not getting me hyped to just like, damn, I gotta play some Last Claudia. I'm done. I'm past that. As a new player, that was me. But now, at endgame, that's not me. I don't care anymore. You know, I got nothing to do besides story. And then once the story's wrapped up, I'm done. Like, yeah, you got events. Who cares? I got all the materials I need. I have too many materials at that point. Yeah. Well, anyways, that's... Hey, you tell me what you think. Apart from that, this game, I do think this game's good, but once you get late game, it kind of falls off. Have a good one, everybody. I don't know. Make sure to unlike and subscribe my channel. And like I said, this collab that comes by, rerun, and if it's dog, I'm done. I can't keep doing this anymore. I'm not gonna keep and hoping that a collab's gonna be any better than the next. Yeah. So yeah, unlike the video and unsubscribe and tell me what you guys think. And if you do feel the same way, hey, let me know in the comment section. Or you could just say I'm dog shit. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Hey, that's fair enough. But I know what I want, and yeah. Anyways.